So with that, I have finished my makeup bag that I would take, what was this? Back down there, sleeve, you're not done yet. This is making me have so much wanderlust. I just want to go to, like, I'm just picturing like being in Prague and being in London and all these places, and oh my gosh. Anyway. Hello there. What's up, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my travel makeup bag, as well as 5 tips that I have for traveling with makeup when you're traveling. I have packed up what I would take if I were traveling anywhere. So I'm going to start off by telling you guys 5 travel tips that I have for packing and packing up, specifically makeup. So the first tip is a little bit obvious. Well, it's not obvious in the sense that I didn't realize it until someone pointed it out to me. Ever since I was little, I have been traveling with travel experts. I've always been traveling with my parents, who are really good at traveling, and my teacher in 7th grade, who has been like 100 different countries in the world. Basically, ever since I was really little, people have always been telling me travel tips, so I've kind of grown up with it. And so I've never had to worry about having things explode in my bag, because people have always told me, put your liquids in a Ziploc bag. So to me, that comes pretty obviously. But if you've never been told that before, put your liquids in a Ziploc bag when you go anywhere, because they will probably explode. Condensed air pressure up in the sky when you're flying. Sometimes even on long drives, just going like up and down mountains and everything, I've had things explode there too. So always put them in a Ziploc bag. If you're carrying things on, they have to be under 3 ounces and they have to be in a quart-size Ziploc bag. Obviously, if you're checking things, they can be in anything, but I still recommend putting them in a Ziploc bag just to protect your stuff. The first tip is just put your liquids in a Ziploc bag, and how to tell if something is a liquid or not, because it's kind of hard sometimes. I feel like with mascara or eyeliner, you're like, does this count as a liquid or not? And to be 100% honest, I have gotten away with it sometimes through security. I have gotten away with putting none of my makeup in a Ziploc bag, and I've still gotten through. Other times I've done that and then I've gotten pulled aside and said you need to put all of this in a Ziploc bag. So it kind of depends on who you get, but just to be safe, the official rule and way to tell if something is liquid is if it says on its like measurement of how big it is, if it says fluid ounces, then it counts as a liquid. If it doesn't, then it's not a liquid. I know that sounds super simple and most people probably know that, but if you don't, then like I didn't until someone told me, then there you go. Just look and see if it says fluid ounces. So for example, this liquid eyeliner, well, it's called a liquid eyeliner, so I probably should have guessed that. So that first tip is just how to tell if something is technically a liquid or not. Okay, my next tip is just about using products for multiple uses. So multi-use products. There are many products that you can use for more than one thing, and when you're traveling, that is the way to go. So using one concealer for blemishes and under eye circles, using a shimmery blush for blush and highlighter, things like that. Using one brush for multiple purposes. You can use less products for more uses, and when you're traveling, that's always smart. I feel like I didn't articulate that very well, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. The next one, again, probably seems pretty simple, but using compact things when you're traveling. Don't take a full-size shampoo if you're only going to be gone a week. Either buy the little small shampoo or buy the little travel-size bottles that are empty and fill it up with your own shampoo. So just in general, try and go with any sort of compact product. My 4th tip is to be realistic. Like, just be realistic with yourself when you're packing up to go traveling. This goes the same for outfits as it does for makeup, but I'm talking about makeup specifically in this video. So when you're packing up for lipsticks, don't take 5 lipsticks if you're going to be gone for a week. Maybe you'd use that many at home, or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you just think you would and then you don't actually. But just be realistic with yourself. If you are taking 3 nail polishes, you're going to be gone for a weekend, you probably won't use them all. And then tying into that is my 5th tip, which is cut down on things. So even if you are being realistic and you say, well, I actually probably would use all 3 of those nail polishes or all 4 of those lipsticks, or, well, I don't know which one I'm going to use, so I'm going to take them all and I'll decide when I get there. That isn't how traveling works. Maybe that's how traveling works for some people, but to be the best traveler that you can be, you will take the least amount of stuff that you can and you will make do and you will survive without it, because that's how traveling works. Traveling is about living to learn with less, learning to live with less. I just so often see so many beauty gurus go on trips with 5 lip glosses and lipsticks and 3 nail polishes for a week-long trip, and like realistically, at least for me, maybe that's what they do in their spare time, but when I'm traveling, I like to be out seeing the city and the country that I'm visiting, and I don't like to be cooped up in my room doing my makeup, picking out which lipstick I'm going to be using, painting my nails all the time because then you have to like wait for them to dry. When I go on a week-long trip, I paint my nails right before I leave, and then if they chip, then so what, and I deal with it for the week-long vacation. And I'm not saying that it's bad if you want to do that, but just from a traveler who has traveled 21 countries in her lifetime, and I feel like I'm pretty well versed in traveling, I'm just giving you my opinion that learning to live with less and taking less than you actually think that you need is a really good habit to adopt when you're traveling, and you will become a much better world traveler because of it. And I think that's all that I can say on that topic. I think I've stressed it enough. So with that being said, those are my 5 travel tips in terms of beauty and makeup and packing for things like that. If you guys want to see more tips like this, I can think of more. My mom and I just did a travel video too, so I can link that below. But if you guys are interested in more of these travel videos, definitely let me know and I can do some more. Side note, again, I said this in the last one, I've had 2 pickpocket experiences in my life. I've never actually been pickpocketed, but I have been involved in pickpocketing schemes, sort of. So if you guys want to hear those stories and tips on like how to avoid pickpockets when you're traveling, then let me know in the comments below and I can do that for you as well. But now we're going to get into the actual makeup bags, and I will be showing you guys what I would take on a vacation. So as you can see, these are both pretty small. This is a pretty decent sized makeup bag. I would not go any bigger than this, probably. Like some days when I'm traveling, I don't even wear any makeup because I just wake up in the morning and I just want to go out and see the city. A small makeup bag this size, to me, seems like plenty of makeup, and I probably wouldn't go any bigger than this. So we're going to start though with this quart-sized Ziploc bag, which has my liquids in it. And as you can see, there is still plenty of room left up here for any shampoos, toiletries, toothpaste. This is just my makeup stuff here that's liquids, so any other liquids would go in the top of this. In this liquid bag, the first thing that I would take would be a foundation, because that is like the essential in any makeup bag. So this is the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, which I love. This is such a good foundation. You can only get it in England, unfortunately, or maybe you can get other places in Europe, but you can't get it in America is what I mean to say. But this is a great foundation. It's a little too dark for me, but I'm almost done with it and I'm going to finish it up. The next liquid that I would take would be a concealer. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. It's so rubbed off I can't even read it. But this is in One Fair. This is the lightest one they have. Again, you can only get this in England. I love this concealer. It is a double-use concealer because I can use it on blemishes and under my eyes. It's really good coverage for being a drugstore concealer. I highly recommend this. Then I've got an eye primer that I would take. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Greed. This is the gold one. Something that I really like about this. This is really nice on its own if you don't want to wear anything on top of it. So again, a tinted primer instead of just a regular primer is a double-use product that is great for traveling. Then I would take my liquid eyeliner because liquid eyeliner is my favorite, and I think that an eyeliner is a staple, plus it takes up like no space, so this is just something that I would always take. And oh, it's the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense Felt Tip Liner. So in terms of lipstick, I'm bringing 2 lipsticks. One is more nude and more neutral that you could wear on an everyday basis. The other, you could also wear on an everyday basis because you want everything to be versatile, but it's a little bit more bold, so that way you kind of have 2 different looks. You have a darker lip and you have a more neutral lip. More dark one is the Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet in the color Nudist, which is a matte finish. And I know it says nudist, but it's more than a nude. It is a dark nude, but it is very bold, and I love this color. So I think that this is a great option. So that would be all of the liquids that I would be taking in terms of makeup. And now we'll get into the more dry products, which would be in my regular makeup bag. So the first product in here that I think is like the absolute must-have is an eyeshadow palette which has a mirror inside of it. This is the Sleek palette in Storm, and these palettes are unbelievable. The next time that I go to London, I'm getting another one of these because they're incredible. Look at the size of the mirror. This is crazy. And it's perfect for traveling because you can use this for all of your makeup, and that way you don't have to take another mirror with you. So again, that double use product. And then the actual colors are really beautiful. There's 2 matte browns in here as well as a matte black, and then there's a lot of shimmery colors, some neutrals and some colorful ones. So basically this has like any look that you could want to create. Any product that has a mirror already in it, great for traveling. That way you don't have to take a separate mirror. Then I would be taking a powder to set my foundation. This is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder, which looks like this. It has 4 different colors swirled around in it, and when you swirl them together, they come out very white, but then when it goes on your skin, it comes out completely translucent. This also has a mirror in it, so if you didn't have a Sleek palette, you could just take some eyeshadow and bring something like this with a mirror. Basically any product that already has a mirror inside of it. I would take my brow product because I don't want to say that I can't live without doing my brows, because I can, for sure. If I go a day without makeup, I don't do my brows. I don't need to do my brows, but if I'm doing my full makeup, I like to do my brows. This is the Milani Brow Fix Brow Kit in the shade Light, and this is just my brow product that I use on a daily basis. The other lip product that I would take that would be the more neutral option would be Fairest Nude by L'Oreal Paris. This is a really, really pretty nude color, and I just think that it is the perfect neutral for any situation. It makes your lips look a little bit better, but they still look very natural. Just a really, really pretty neutral color. And then I would take a blush. This would be the Sleek blush in the color Pomegranate, which is such a beautiful color. This is a little bit more suited for, I think, winter and fall because it's a kind of deeper, darker berry tone, but it's just stunning. It's pretty matte. There's a little bit of shimmer in there, but it's almost matte. And it also has a nice mirror in here. Again, with the Sleek product, really good. And their packaging is just so nice. They look like NARS. It's so, so pretty. I wouldn't take a bronzer because I don't really wear bronzer on a daily basis anyway. But again, if you're going to take one, get a blush and bronzer duo so that you only have to take one product instead of 2 separate ones that will take up space. Then I would take a mascara, obviously, because that's like, along with foundation, I feel like foundation and mascara are like the 2 makeup products that if you're going to take any makeup products, you have to take those. So this is the Benefit They're Real mascara, and it's the mini size. Again, anything compact is really good for traveling. You can get a lot of mini size mascaras at Sephora. This is a great mascara, and it's perfect for the size. And then the last things that we're going to get into are brushes. I have cut this down as much as I possibly could. Brushes are hard because they're really hard to double use in general because you're not going to want to mix like your foundation brush and your blush brush. You can't obviously mix those. I just think that brushes are the one area where it's hard to cut down. So the first thing that I have is a spoolie brush for my eyebrows. This takes up almost no space, and I think it's nice to just have to kind of set them in place. Then I have my actual eyebrow brush. This is the e.l.f. smudge brush, and I use this to apply my brow powder. Then I have a blush brush because you can't apply blush without one. And this is the Real Techniques blush brush, which does take up a lot of space, but it's so worth it because it applies your blush flawlessly. It doesn't ever leave like streaks on your face. It just looks so natural when you use this. Then I have my foundation brush, which is the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I use this for foundation. And I usually use the contour brush from Real Techniques for my concealer, but when I'm traveling, I will use this for both because they're both about the same color and they both do about the same thing, and I can survive for a week with this as my concealer brush. Then I've got my powder brush, which is the e.l.f. powder brush, and then my last 2 brushes are eyeshadow brushes, and this is the Sonia Kashuk blending brush, I think, and then this is the Sonia Kashuk flat shader brush. And and I use these for basically every eyeshadow look because you can put this on your lid and this to blend in the crease. So with that, I have finished all the products that I would be taking on a trip. I could take all of those for a week trip, I could take them for a month trip. I would be set with all of that for a really long time, and I could create endless makeup looks and my face would look nice and no one would ever know the difference. So that's the point of makeup, isn't it? I think so. So I hope you guys liked this video with all of my travel tips for makeup and packing makeup up, and also my makeup bag and what I would take in it. So if you guys did like it, please give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you have any other videos that you would like to see from me, whether they're travel related or beauty related or whatever, then leave them in the comment below. I will be, like I said, I will be doing a lot more travel videos as the time passes because I'm super into traveling right now, and hopefully I can do something that you guys will enjoy where I kind of incorporate beauty and travel. But I will see you guys with another video really soon, and I hope you're all having a great day. Bye!